What's going on, good people? Welcome into your NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4. I should do it with the same 4 because, I can't. Anyway, 2 more weeks, and it's gone. So we decided to do this tonight because somebody didn't watch it on time yesterday, and Justin just hasn't watched it at all because,
Hey man, I want at home. You know what? So you can shut your mouth. I already told you I want to be at home. I want at home for different reasons, but still, principle is the same. Damn it.
But anyway, before we start this, please follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video on whatever platform you'd like. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook. If you have a MySpace account still, share it there. If you have a pager, that won't work, but whatever. But yeah, we wanted to do this one first, obviously because it was before SummerSlam, but also it's a slightly more positive outcome. We'll get to SummerSlam tomorrow. There's a lot of things that we need to rant about, I guess. But overall thoughts on the show, DJ, on Takeover?
I thought it was pretty good for the most part. I definitely felt like there were some matches that took me a while to get into. Took me a while to kind of really get into it or whatever. I think they also pulled a match from this show, didn't they? Didn't they pull the UK title match?
Yeah,
it's weird.
They either pulled it or dark matched it.
Okay. It's probably going to be on the next NXT. But I mean, and I don't know, because I was watching the main event and it felt like it was going to be like a forever long match because they had so much time left in the show. I was like, oh, so they're going to do the UK title match as the main event, I guess. Nope. So I was like, well, all right then, because I was like, all right. But I mean, other than that, I thought it was a pretty good show. There were some good matches, of course. I just really wish they could book the main roster this way. They have the talent up there. Even with guys who don't necessarily work the way these guys work, like Braun and Roman and these other guys, that they still could make good matches. But I don't know what the booking issue is. I think it's kind of what we talked about before. It's the same old, and all of the matches feel the same. All the matches feel the same, and it doesn't feel like anyone's in their comfort zone. I feel like on the main roster, whereas on NXT, it feels like everybody's kind of doing their thing. NXT to me it feels like this. And we talked about this with titles during the SummerSlam review, but it feels like NXT is the workhorse brand, and the main roster is the half. We're going to give half effort type of a thing. And I don't think they're meaning to. I just think that's just how the matches are booked. I don't think they're meaning to feel that way, but it's coming off that way just because of the way the matches are booked.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But as usual, we open with a really good video package. I don't think we need to talk about that anymore. We say it on every pay-per-view. Even the main roster, they do have really good video packages, which I think is the one consistency there really is in WWE is good video packages. Other than that, there's no consistency anywhere. But we open up with the NXT Tag Team Championship match, Undisputed Era versus Mustache Mountain. It does open up with a little bit of a distraction from Undisputed Era. I like that, but obviously really good teamwork from Mustache Mountain, which to me kind of telegraphed that there was going to be heel turn. Usually when there's a heel turn, they work really well together in the beginning and then things break down as the match goes along, and that's what it felt like that was happening. Undisputed Era started to cut off the ring, cutting Trent off from Tyler. At one point, Tyler caught Kyle O'Reilly in a fireman's carry and had Bobby Fish in the big swing. I don't know what else to call it, but I call it the big swing because it's what it was. I don't know. But which was kind of cool. And then I think it was it Kyle that broke out and tried to get Tyler into a sleeper hold. Tyler grabs or did I say Bobby Fish? No, Roddy. I miss Bobby Fish. I'm saying that, but he grabs Roddy into a German with Kyle on his back. I was like, this man right here, this man, give him the title, give him all the titles. But it was definitely a good match. I liked it. There was a point where Undisputed Era started to kind of beat down Tyler Bate because Trent was injured. Trent did the teasing of the throwing in the towel, but then he throws it out into the crowd. And there's no heel turn that we saw a mile away. But obviously, Undisputed Era retained the titles as we predicted. And then after the match, instead of getting a heel turn, we did get War Raiders come out and attack Undisputed Era. So, like they said, whoever comes out as champions, they are going after them for the titles. So at least there was consistency there. DJ?
Yeah, I enjoy this match. Like you said, I feel like it felt like it started a little bit slow, but once it really got going, it really started to heat up. And I think that's one thing that the main roster is missing too. There's a couple of matches every once in a while that have this feeling to it where they may start off slow, but they heat up near the end. But with this one, that's how it felt. And once it kind of got to the end, to the peak points, you were like, okay, 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 okay. And at the end of the day, you were looking at this as a good match. When you may have started out kind of doubting it a little bit. And I talked to Casey about this. I was like, yeah, I don't know about this match. I was like, and it's okay. And then I got to like halfway through or 3/4 of the way through, and I'm like, all right, okay, we're good now. Yeah, we're good now. I was surprised that Trent Seven didn't turn. I like the tease of him throwing it in the towel and then throwing it away. I was thinking, so Tyler Bate just get his leg broke though? Is that how it works? Is that just is how it works? Also comes back to, I mean, I get their faces, but if Tyler Bate goes in to help his partner in the previous match, the previous tag team title match, and gets disqualified, which wouldn't happen because it rarely ever does. First off, rarely ever can you break up something and you get disqualified for it. But if he does and they get disqualified, they retain the titles, and it's not even heelish. He just saved his partner. So I still, it's still confusing to me. There's a gnat somewhere in here. But that's still confusing to me. Like, I still don't understand why he couldn't move. And if he did get disqualified, okay. I mean, I get it. Y'all wanted to get the titles back on the Undisputed Era, but at the same time, why give Mustache Mountain the titles for half a week anyway? Like, what's the use? Like, or 2 weeks, I think it was. But anyway, like, why? Like, I still don't understand that. Still am surprised about the no heel turn. I wonder, if it'll come eventually. Maybe they didn't want to give it to us when it was blatantly obvious, so they kind of trap her. They're gonna trap her a little bit more of a surprise later. You never know. But I'm excited. I'm glad Undisputed Era retained. Kind of weird though, with the match we'll talk about here in a little bit. I don't want to give it away if you don't want to hear the result of that match. But I'm kind of interested to see where they go, because I thought this was going to be like a hostile takeover.
Yeah, it's not.
Well, it's not, because Bobby Fish is hurt, and I don't know how long he's going to be hurt for.
I mean, but he got that trophy though. He got that trophy. But then we hit the Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, the Dream, baby.
The only thing I'm going to say about this match is Velveteen Dream had "Call Me Up Vince" on his tights.
What'd you say?
Did you see his tights?
Yeah,
"Call Me Up Vince."
yeah.
I like it. I like it. But I'm gonna give DJ his boy because it's his boy.
um, I love this. I thought this was good. This was an awesome match. I knew it was gonna be. Um, I always like the mind games. You know that Velveteen Dream plays. He has that kind of unique character, that kind of character that's sometimes hard to understand to a certain degree. Um, but I really do like it. I think it gives a different twist. We see all these typical "I'm a wrestler, I can wrestle" characters. So I like the showmans because you don't always see the. I mean, that's what we get nowadays. Um, like at the bare bones, bare minimum of it. But I do love the characters like this too. The ones that are over the top, but you don't get annoyed by it. At least I don't. I don't know about this dude. But anyway, I love it though. I like the tights all around. I like the Notorious on the side too, because Notorious Vig was also from Brooklyn. So that was kind of cool. And I didn't even know that. I just heard it on commentary. So that might not even be true. They may have just made that up just to make the tights make sense. I don't know. but but anyway, um, I thought this match was awesome. I liked it. I think they worked well together. I love that elbow drop on the apron. I thought that was cool. That was awesome. Um, but I think they did a good job. It was suspenseful. It was high high pressure. And I liked it. It almost felt like it was a number one contenders match, although it wasn't. But it did. And I'm you know I'm glad that the Velveteen Dream isn't turning into the guy who can really work but gets beat all the time, turning into basically the Dolph Ziggler guy. I'm glad that he won this match because I think he kind of needed it. And I think that's the one thing about NXT too is like you can lose some matches and still be okay for the most part, as long as you lose too many. Cash Sono. Like as long as you don't lose too many, then you'll be fine. And I like it. I wonder where this pushes them next, or if they're going to continue this, because there's a lot of feuds in NXT now that feel like they're not going to make it past this recent takeover we had. This one, they were kind of acting like this is the final thing type thing. Obviously, with War Raiders challenging Mustache Mountain, but that's a different one because it's been there for a while. I'm talking about more of the stuff that's kind of just right now or whatever. Yes.
They challenged an undisputed era, not mustache.
You know what I mean. Shut up. You know what I mean. Obviously, Ricochet and Adam Cole's going to end because, yeah. Uh, anyway, this is a good match, though. I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I will admit it was a good match because EC3 was in there. EC3 carrying the match, he carrying everything.
You
He
just, I don't know why. Like you didn't like him when he was generic American Tights Patrick Clark, and now you don't like him when he's over the top Velveteen Dream. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he can do for you. Like I don't know. I don't know. But he's got his character down. Like people, there's some people that think this character won't draw on the main roster, and they're liars,
I,
liars and haters. This is the exact character that either it could go one of two ways. It could draw like really big because of the way the world is, or it could be like a complete flop because people will take it too seriously. People will get offended, whatever. Um,
but that's the same thing that we said about, or pretty much the same thing that happened with like Tyler Breeze, Fandango. They went up to the main roster, and yeah, for a while they were doing good. They were going off their momentum, but eventually, not long after, they just WWE either fizzles out on them or they get their own show with the Ascension. You know,
yeah. Well, I think what'll help the Velveteen Dream is he's a different character. Similar to, but I think they messed up Tyler Breeze, pulled him out of his original, pretty boy, character. To be honest, I like the Passion Police; it's funny, but I think they messed him up because he kind of had a unique character within himself, especially with the camera on the Tron. That was something that people could really get behind. But
I feel like in a weird way, it's a good thing that they did what they did with him though, because I feel like if they kept him as the, his original gimmick, the like pretty boy model, whatever, I think eventually they would have just turned him into the next Dolph Ziggler because that's pretty much what he is. He's a workhorse, he can go in the ring, he sells like nobody else, and they would just basically make him like Dolph Ziggler, losing all the time. Maybe getting an Intercontinental title shot or run here and there, but that's about it. But yeah, the match was good. I don't know why, but I was honestly surprised Velveteen Dream won. I don't know why. Like I don't know. But moving on, we did get to see Matt Riddle, the newest signee to NXT, in the crowd, which was weird. I don't know who I talked to about this, but somebody that I talked to was saying that they didn't think, and I agreed, that he should be just the typical in the crowd, generic, new signee. We both thought he should have somehow gotten involved in the show in some way.
no,
And
they like to do this typical. I'm in the crowd. Like I'm gonna show up next week. I'm like, next takeover, and I'm gonna be like, all right, guys, I'm coming. I'm on my way. That's all we gotta do, right? We just gotta be in the crowd and hope the camera. It's kind of like the kiss cam. You just gotta hope the camera hit on you.
but also, I'm still honestly legitimately surprised that they signed him because they have the drug policy, and I don't know if you know about Matt Riddle, but like he smokes a lot of weed and he's high all the time. Like he was high at the Progress show I went to, like, and he gonna get that first drug test and he gonna be released. But that was kind of cool. I'm still, I don't know what they're gonna do with him. I don't know because like you can't really give him any other gimmicks except for just him. Like Matt Riddle is just Matt Riddle. I hope they don't give him the generic a former MMA guy because that they have run
You
that
talking
into
about that? You talking about that Sonya Deville gimmick?
they have run that into the ground so bad. Moving on, we got the NXT North American Championship match: King Ricochet versus Adam Cole, baby. I love this match. It was really good. This match was great. Cole did a really good job kind of keeping Ricochet grounded and keeping the match at his own pace, at least in the beginning. I like that, good veteran, heel tactics there. The springboard backflip by Ricochet into the super kick by Cole was what? Like I was like, he did, and then he got up, and I'm like, how did he get up? He did. Like I just saw him die. Like I saw his death. He died. um, then Ricochet, this man does things that, like, back in the day when Jeff Hardy used to do things and we're like, wow, that was amazing. No, Ricochet is like, hold my beer. This man literally jumped over the top rope into a Hurricane Rana to the outside. Like, didn't grab the rope, just jumped right over. I'm like, I, I can't even jump over a crack in the street, and this man just jumping over the top rope like nothing. But what was that thing I was gonna say? And new NXT North American Champion King Ricochet. Oh, it's I had to watch it over that finish over and over again just to hear and new NXT North American. Oh man, he looks so good with that belt. He looks so good with that belt. So pretty, so pretty. Yeah. DJ, thoughts on the match where Adam Cole lost the North American title? Pin Ricochet.
There were 3 moves in this match that got me. It was like Ricochet was like doing this flipping little doohickey off the ropes, and little doohickey off the ropes, and Adam Cole called him in a backstabber.
Oh yeah.
I was like, all right. The moonsault, the springboard moonsault into the super kick. All right. And then one that just like, and I don't think I've ever done this before in my life. So Ricochet, you done got me. The Hurricane Rana, the leaping over the top rope, Hurricane Rana. I literally walked away and said I was done. I walked away and said I was done. Like bro, like I was just like, wow. It was awesome. I loved it. Like I was like, bro, this right here. But I think this is match of the night. I think I definitely think this is match of the night. It was awesome. This is one of those matches you want to show your friends. You know, you want to show your friends. It's not that we don't want to show our friends all the wrestlings. You know, it's not that. It's not that. It's just that there's some matches you just don't show people. You just don't do it. There's certain aspects when you trying to convert somebody like Leo, you know, to this, you know, like you got to make sure, you know, you do the right thing. You got to, you know, you.
I mean, but Leo 5, you can show him anything.
True, you can show. I mean, any sort of flippy thing, you know, we good. Like anything that Rabbit thing is botching, we can show him, you know. But this match was awesome. Like I was like, wow, I was surprised that Ricochet won because it just feels like Adam Cole hasn't had the title for that long, and I just didn't think he would lose it that quickly. And what are they gonna do with him now? NXT title? But I don't want Tommaso to lose though. And I thought they was gonna take over though. I thought they was taking over the whole thing. It's a shame. It's a shame. But
anyway. Moving on to the next one of 2, I think 2 matches. One of 2 or 3 matches with questionable finishes. That's all I'm gonna say. Questionable finishes. We got the NXT Women's Championship match. Kairi Sane versus Shayna Baszler. Before I get into this match, I need something explained to me because, and I know WWE logic doesn't make sense. I get that. Okay, so Shayna's a heel, correct? Okay. Ronda's a face.
fact.
Correct. But they're friends, and Ronda they're supporting Shayna, a heel. Am I the only one that's like, wait, what? But then again, you know, Triple H is a face on NXT and a heel in the is just like.
And he got a match coming up.
I don't even want to talk about that. The last time ever.
Oh Lord. You remember when Undertaker was retired though? I'm just saying. I'm just throw that out there. Do what you want to with it, cause
I saw that tonight and I was like, oh my God. I get that Triple H needs to feed his ego. I understand that, but like, really, you. We'll talk about that tomorrow night. We will talk about that tomorrow. Anyway, but back to the NXT Women's Championship match. I don't know. That just consistency there doesn't make sense to me. But then again, it's WWE. But I don't know. I really wanted to get into this match, but just the fact that like I still didn't believe that there was any way that believably that Kyrie was gonna beat Shayna. Like there was no scenario in my mind that I was like, oh yeah, that was a legitimate win there. Like I couldn't get into it, but it like it happened. It did. Kyrie, Shayna got Kyrie into her submission. Kyrie kind of flips over and pins Shayna, which you would think, if she flips over and she pins you, you would just let go of the submission and kick out. Just let go of it and kick out. Let go. I feel like that's a simple. I don't know. But yeah, that is the only way that Kyrie Sane won by a fluke. I'm just saying, and I don't hate Kyrie Sane. I just the booking they have not booked her strong enough to feel like she legitimately could win the title against Shayna. It's not like it's not her fault. It's WWE's booking. It's just it. I couldn't believe it. Like I couldn't get into it believably. Um, and then the other thing I was thinking was okay. They obviously had Ronda in the crowd supporting Shayna. Shayna lost the title. Maybe that means Shayna was going to show up on SummerSlam and help Ronda or whatever. Because that's the only way I thought believably that Ronda was going to win. And then WWE was like, nope, there's no logic in any of this. Not at all. No. DJ.
Yeah. This here. It's a shame right here. And Brandon trying to tell me, this man trying to tell me she a good face. She was a better face in the Mae Young Classic. I don't know what the heck she is now. Terrible. Terrible. Anyway, I was really surprised by this too. I got spoiled before I got to watch the match. Anyway, but either way, I was like, oh no. And we talk about this all the time, and I think I bring this up most of the time. But Shayna Baszler was the type where whoever beats her, it should be a big deal, right? Like if somebody beats her, like that can really propel their careers. Bianca Belair, just tossing that one there. What's the only one I can think of right off the top of my head that could possibly be anywhere near.
But she's still rehabbing from injury, they said.
True. I mean, not necessarily tomorrow, not necessarily tonight, just saying in the future. Well, obviously not. What?
I was going to say, but Ronda already lost, so like that don't.
True. But like I don't know. Like I feel like I don't know. I don't like this call. I really don't. I don't like it. Shayna was doing good with the title. And I don't know what Kyrie's saying is how I'm gonna feel about her being champion. Shayna has been one of the most interesting champions I've seen in a while. Since at least since Asuka, because I liked Ember Moon's run, but it was still kind of just kind of okay to me. Where I think Asuka's run was up there, and then Shayna's was good too. And I hate it when they do that. I hate it when they have a good opportunity to do something, and they don't do a good job with it. And this is one of those times where they had a good chance to put somebody on the map, or a good chance to really start a really good run after this. And I don't think Kairi Sane right now doesn't even feel like a champion to me. She doesn't feel like. I mean, she's like she's like Austin Aries to Rabbit. She just doesn't feel like it to me. And I feel like Austin Aries to me has more merit than Kairi Sane does if we want to compare champions. So like it just doesn't like, and don't get me wrong, like I love I love there's a notification on my freaking screen. I'm trying to figure out how to get it off. I love I didn't know I was gonna say anymore because I got caught up with this stupid notification. But anyway, I want to see what they're gonna do with Kairi Sane. I'll keep an open mind, but I just didn't think Kairi Sane was the person to beat Shayna. I just didn't. Like, I get it. She did it to win the Mae Young Classic. Cool, whatever. But Shayna's at a whole nother level than she even was in the Mae Young Classic. So I just, it don't make sense.
To me, it didn't even feel believable in the Mae Young Classic either. Like, Shayna was so dominant during that whole tournament. Like, she killed everybody, and then a little like 90-pound soaking wet Kyrie Sane comes in, and I'm like, I. And again, taking nothing away from her, she was great in Japan and everything. It's just the WWE booking has not been there for her. It hasn't pushed her to be believable. Um, and it goes back to, as much as I don't like to always admit it, a lot of times it's true. Whatever happens before WWE doesn't really matter. Yeah, they're gonna show video packages of where you've been, but you're starting from square one. You know what I mean? So you have to be booked really well to be believable. Um, but anyway, I don't know. I'll try to keep an open mind with it, see what they do, but I don't know. Um, then we have the main events of the evening. This card seems really short, but then again, there wasn't. It's just really good matches, which is what NXT does. And then the main roster goes, wait, what? Uh, the NXT Championship last man standing match. Let me rephrase that. Last man standing match. We'll get to the standing at the end. BS.
He was on his
Johnny,
feet.
he was dangling. He was not standing. He was dangling. I call BS.
No, you cannot. You no. You can't call BS on that, because if we're gonna call BS on that, then friggin' didn't Johnny get up and lean on the dang on guardrail, or what do they have, barricades? Or was that Tommaso too? Was that Tommaso too? I think it was Tommaso too. Still, they counted that one.
But he was using most of his power on that. He was just had his arm on it. This time he was literally just dangling and had his feet down. Like, crap. But best sign of the night I saw during this match, the best sign of the night said, Champa is a meanie. And the funniest part about it, I'm pretty sure it was being held by an adult. I was like, Champa's a meanie. But the match opens up with Johnny attacking Tommaso before he can even get his ring jacket off. Before I didn't even hear the bell ring. Did the bell even ring? Like, because I don't remember hearing the bell ring. I don't know. But I didn't have a problem with the match itself. But this ref, man, this ref. Usually we hear calls being made by like the wrestlers themselves. Bro, I heard this ref calling some spots, and I'm like, you're not the one that I'm supposed to yell at for this. And they had the loudest ref in this match. Like, this man was loud. I'm like, bruh, down a little bit, like down a little bit. But the match itself was great. I loved it. It was a little bit confused when Johnny set the two tables up, kind of back to back on top of each other. I'm like, what was she doing? Like, you ain't never
Am I
seen.
the only one felt like that was an accident waiting to happen?
Yeah, I was like,
I was like, especially when Tommaso fell on it, because he fell the normal way people fall on tables, and I'm like, he's gonna split his freaking head open.
and then commentary is like, it's a harder surface to go through, and I'm like, no, it's just dangerous. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Like,
And
bruh.
it's made of the same material.
It's just a little bit thicker. Like, um, then later on, Ciampa literally buries Johnny with everything, including another human being. I was like, that poor man, like he just put him on top of him, and I'm like, come on, man, like I feel like that's cheating. I do. I still say to this day, burying somebody in a last man standing match is cheating. No, Peter. Um, but Johnny gets out, and then the finish. Tom- Tommaso was handcuffed onto like the part of the stage, and he rolled his leg off of the stage and was dangling, but his feet happened to be on the ground. That he would not stand it. I will
If your
say it.
feet on the ground, you standing, brother. If your feet on the ground, you standing. That's how it works. Well, not technically. I'm sitting and my feet on the ground, but like if your feet on the ground, you vertical, you all the way up, you standing. That's how it works.
Yeah, but if the weight ain't on your legs, you ain't standing, you hanging. Also, apparently, and I couldn't tell if this was legit or if it was kayfabe, but they were saying that Johnny may have dislocated his knee, which I really hope he didn't. I really, really hope he didn't, because that would suck. I mean, that would be ironic because, uh,
Can you hear me?
yeah. Well, you're kind of a little bit, but that would be ironic just with the fact that bye DJ. We'll wait for DJ to come back for a second, but go to a quick commercial break. Brought to you by brought to you by Pepsi. Um, and Pepsi and old screwdrivers, because old screwdrivers are old and they'll screw you. They will. Hurry up and get back here, DJ. I don't have any. Blah, 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 blah. How was your day? Just gonna talk to you guys for now until DJ comes back. If he comes back, he might stay gone for a while. I don't know. I don't know if his computer died, or if he lost a connection, or his computer blew up. Possibly, I don't know. But hopefully he'll be back soon, and I don't have to ramble on anymore. Well, I can still ramble on, but it'll be about wrestling. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna, I'm gonna do something real quick. Do something real quick. We go here. We're gonna call DJ. We're gonna call him. We're gonna call him on the telephone right here. Oh, oh, here he's back. Oh, he's back. DJ.
I don't know. For whatever reason, you got robotic, and it was weird. I was just like, what's happening right now? Anyway.
But anyway, like I was saying, I hope he didn't really dislocate his knee, or I hope it's not too serious, as serious as they thought. Just because that would suck if he had to be out for a while. And it would be ironic because Tommaso had the injury, I think to his knee too, and then now Johnny might have a dislocated knee. Who knows to what extent the damage is. Um, so that just kind of sucks. But DJ, thoughts on the main event?
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really, really, really long. It felt like it was quicker than it looked. Like if you look at the time of it, but it still was long. Like I was like, all right, so they're gonna do the UK title match after this, okay? It didn't, and I was like, oh, well, all right then. Because that surprised me. Because we talked about in predictions they were supposed to do a UK title match, and they didn't. But overall, this match was good though. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was rough. It was rugged as it should be. It was personal. You could see Johnny trying his best to get his revenge somehow, some way. still confused about what Johnny is because it felt like Johnny kind of turned heel, and in this match he felt complete face to me. And what I mean by turned heel was when he helped Tommaso kind of accidentally to beat Aleister Black, but they never really explained it. I didn't feel like they really didn't like explain what happened. It was just kind of like, was it an accident? Was it on purpose? Was it something? Did he just do it just so he could hold it over Tommaso's head? So what I don't think that was ever truly explained. But overall, it was good. I like the finish for the most part. I like kind of him going for the kill shot type thing, and that's what I had a feeling that's how it was going to happen. Him going for the kill shot, he was either going to miss or he was going to hit it out of the park and then still be down, and that's how Tommaso was going to retain. But I liked it though. Like you said, I hope he wasn't actually injured. But at the same time, you never know. But glad Tommaso's still champion. I still wondering about Aleister Black too, because he didn't get involved at all in this either. So you still wonder about where he is, what's going on with him too. So I'm excited though. I mean, I'm excited to see where they go with this, and I want to see how Aleister fits back into.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything about Aleister. I'm gonna have to look around, search to see if I can find anything if he got injured or whatever. Because usually they don't randomly take somebody out of a match this close to the show unless either they're injured or they do something like Randy Orton or something goes on. But that that really makes me wonder, like, who is going to challenge Tommaso next for the title? Because if Johnny's injured, obviously he's not gonna come back and get challenge him for a while. Um, we don't know what's going on with Alistair. You know, does Adam Cole challenge
As
him
of
or?
and this is just one thing I'm seeing. This was wrote on August 9th. It says Aleister Black injury update. So maybe he is injured.
But yeah, unless Adam Cole challenges, but then I would imagine Adam Cole would try to get a rematch for the North American title, unless they just throw him right into the um, NXT title picture. But I can't think of anybody right now who would challenge Ciampa other than Adam Cole. There's nobody that really pops out to me right now.
Yeah, especially since they stopped Lars's push, or I don't know what they did with Lars's push, but they lost it one.
We saw him as one of the suspects in who could have attacked Ciampa. It was him because he wanted to get in the match. Yeah, it was him. Also, he was walking with his trunks on, and I'm like, like, you can change when you leave the building. You can do that.
Nah, can't do that. You can't do that.
But anyway, that was your NXT Takeover Brooklyn 4 review. So we'll be back next year for Brooklyn 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Because they ain't never leaving Brooklyn. They just not doing it. I think I did hear they have like a 5-year deal or something with Barclays Center or something like that. Might have been longer. I think that's why they keep coming back. But we'll be back tomorrow night for SummerSlam review, and we got some things to talk about there. Oh man, oh man, 2 squash matches and a really questionable finish. But be sure to follow us on Twitter at ICW_podcast. Please share the video, give it a like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Tell your friends about the amazing content on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast. I would say buy the shirt, but like we don't got a shirt for you to buy yet. But like we're working on it. We got it. It's coming. It might. I don't know.
It's coming soon. It's like NXT UK, like Nia Jax. It's coming soon.
It's coming. It's coming. I
like
think
Dan Mather.
It's coming like 2 weeks before the Juggernaut show comes back. Also, CM Punk's coming back about a week before the Juggernaut show comes. So, you know, it's coming. But we'll see you guys on the flippity dippity. I keep having to manually switch back from you and me. I don't know why now.
I had to do that too. Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know. But we'll see. I forgot until now. We'll see you guys on the flippity dippity.